What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Who's Your Angler. I'm your boy Brooklyn. This is Tyler right here.
What's up?
And we're back for a special episode. I say that every time.
And I do this every time.
Well, I mean, every episode is worth the finger guns, and they're all special to us for sure.
I have fun.
Yeah. All right, so today's episode, we are going to do a challenge. I want to challenge us to what I'm referring to the gas station bait challenge.
Brooklyn, what is this challenge?
So this challenge is based off of only what we can find in the gas station, up to 2 to 3 baits total. We'll go in, we'll select our snacks, because I'm
hungry.
Yeah, I want some snacks. And then we'll pick whatever we can find, 2 to 3 baits, and try to be creative with what you select, and we'll see if we can't catch ourselves a bass. We have reached the spot. We got our snacks. We're gonna eat a little bit. Breakfast of champions. And then we're gonna get at it.
So, what Brooklyn doesn't know is I have already bought some gummy snacks that I was gonna eat the other night and never opened them. And when he said we were doing a gas station challenge, I know I didn't get it from that gas station, but I'm gonna cheat because there's so many different shapes and colors in here, and this is also my favorite snack. So it's a win-win. I can have my favorite snack and the fish can have their new favorite snack. But there's so many colors and options and things I'm ready to try. So there's actually some worms, some snakes on there. There's some whole bunch of different shapes. So I think we have some cool options here. I'm excited to cheat.
Let's go through our haul. Let's see what we have. What did you select, Tyler, for your baits and everything?
I caught a little glimpse of what you did, and I think we had the same idea on some stuff.
Okay.
So I also got myself some snacks because we plan to be out here a minute.
I gotta eat.
So
right?
I got me and the fish a tobacco Slim Jim.
Tobacco Slim Jim, very interesting.
I was gonna go with the original, just get the oily and meat flavors and stuff, but I figured the more spice, the better. So the more different scents and the more of everything that I can put in the water to chum those fish, the better.
I got you.
So I guess we'll keep that same trend of oily, spicy meat. I went Louisiana hot sauce sardines.
Okay.
So I was looking at the Vienna sausage because that's where I was going. That was the idea with the meat stick too, but I figured try 2 different things. But I got some Louisiana hot sauce sardines because sticking to the spicy and the flavor. I think I saw something similar in yours, but this is gonna be some stinky stuff.
That's funny. So while you were in the gas station, I filmed those. I was like, that's almost like cheating.
So then it was 2 for 1 on Cheetos, so I got me some. I could either float these on top or I could do some other stuff that I will save for later because it's a surprise. But it's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna do science.
Interesting, very freaking interesting. So that's your haul, huh?
That's my haul. I got Tabasco Slim Jim, some Cheeto Puffs, and some Louisiana hot sauce sardines.
Not a bad
that's
haul
everything
right there.
I got from this store.
All right, cool. Okay, so my plan, kind of like you, I was thinking meat. I want some kind of meat in there, so I did go for the Vienna sausages, the original ones. That way, if the fish don't like them, I can eat them, because waste not, want not. We're not out here to waste anything. And then I saw those. I thought about the Slim Jim. I thought about the sardines. Even got myself some water. Shout out, Mom. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going straight gummy now. So I picked up some troll sour worms, and there's some radical colors in there, so I'm hoping the colors might entice a bite. And then I went with this strip fruit roll up here, and I have an idea for how I'm gonna hook this up. So this could be like really interesting if I can get it to work how I think I might be able to get it to work. So we'll see there. But that's basically my haul. So Vienna sausages, some worms, and the fruit by the foot roll up type thing.
So that's everything we got. My haul, your haul.
Obviously whoever hooks up first wins the challenge as far as catching a fish, but the goal is still to fish all 3 lures, and if you can hook up on all 3 lures, you win the ultimate challenge today.
This is looking interesting.
Very much so. I'm ready to see if we can't catch ourselves a bass.
I'm excited.
Heck yeah.
I have a lot of things I'm ready to try.
Let's see what we can do about hooking up. I think I'm gonna go with the meat first, so I can get that out the way. Okay, so I have a bit of an idea how I'm gonna fish this Vienna sausage. I am going to tie up a really small hook and put small pieces of it on to a hook and bobber, and I'm gonna go for a brim or something with that. I'm not gonna try to catch a bass with the Vienna sausage. I think bass might hit this more and this more. The way I plan on rigging this up should be really interesting. What I plan on doing with this.
I have to grab my water.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have everything.
I was just talking about my thought process for how I'm gonna hook up everything. So while we were sitting here, somebody just ran up and gave us these 2 little Jesuses. If you don't know about this initiative, it's called Everybody Needs a Little Jesus.
Yeah, everybody needs a little Jesus.
Yeah. So that's really cool. We got 2 of them sitting right here. Hopefully that means that we're gonna have an even extra blessed day, because we were already planning on having a blessed day. So this definitely can't hurt. It's a good sign.
So I don't know what I was thinking. I've opened the sardines, and no part in my mind thought you're gonna have to touch these sardines. Which I'm cool with, I guess, but now the can's open.
Yeah.
And I gotta figure out what I want to do with this. And I'm not a fan of this situation, but I'm gonna catch a monster fish here. It's gonna all be worth it.
You're gonna get another shoot.
I even have another little trick I want to try, and I'll show you here in a second. So yeah, let's figure this out.
Tyler be the first one to catch a shoe pick
Massive
here.
shoe pick though.
He's already hooked up on 2 massive shoe picks in our fishing adventures. I've tied the most basic knot.
These things are brittle. They're just falling apart. That's not gonna do nothing.
Uh-oh. You're gonna have to figure out how to fish it. You have to get creative. See, that's kind of what I was worried about with the Vienna sausages, is them being brittle. But, see, in my mind, let's go on ahead and get a gander at that. That's what the Vienna sausage looks like. You've never had one.
Film this.
Yeah, that's definitely nasty over there.
I'm going to my second plan and just smother my bait in the juices.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't work or doesn't count?
It doesn't count.
Well, my bait's already smothered in juices. So I'm gonna at least throw it once and see what happens.
That's not how this challenge works. Ooh, that smells like childhood. Let's see about this.
Yeah. I don't think I got any napkins.
That's what the grass is for.
That's disgusting.
Well, at least mine tastes good. Alright. So here's the plan. Tiny hook. Oh, they don't stay on there either. We in the same boat as Tyler. It's not staying on either. Alright, we're not gonna eat the part that went through the hook, but if we can just get enough to stay on there, maybe we can trick a bluegill into hitting. I said, don't get eaten by an alligator. We still got plenty of fishing to do. All right, so we're on with just a tiniest bit of bait on there. Let's fix our camera angle. Tyler's gonna try to wash his hands. You might as well figure out how to hook up before you even clean your hands, though.
I'm hooked up.
Okay.
I'm hooked up.
What the heck? I've never fished in my life before. I was too worried about, well, good thing is first cast is out the way. Let's see what happens here. Oh.
Floating approach.
Yep.
Well, I have soaked my crawl. Let's see what happens.
Oh, wait, do my bait. I think my bait either got eaten already or it's gone. I threw it off, one of the two. All right, going back for another piece. This time we're gonna try to get more skin on the game, if you will. It's not gonna take much for them to get this bait off of here. See, it's so brittle. I figured a small piece would stay on though. Oh my goodness, it won't even.
You didn't seem to like how I was using the rules a second ago, so
Yeah.
I'll hook up something different. So I can't use any baits.
No baits.
No lures I already have.
No lures that you already have.
Okay. Well then I'm gonna change this entirely.
You gotta figure out a different way to.
I can't use my sardines, so I'm down an item.
You gotta get creative.
I'm about to get creative with my Cheetos.
Oh, I saw movement down there. That's a good sign. There, that's out there. Oh, something's on it. Did you get it? Ah, some ate me. Okay, so they will eat the sausage. They ate my sausage. Okay, we're back on. Going right back where we were. See if we can't snag one of these little fish and call this bait done. All right. Well, they do like the bait. They're eating it. Let's just go bring the bait over here. That way we don't have to keep going back to forth. Because they just snatch it right off the freaking hook. Yeah, they like the sausage. I understand the assignment. Chum the water a little bit right there. The skin is the only thing that's going to really hold on to it. So we don't need a lot of it. Maybe this cast is it. Maybe this cast is the one. Hooked up. Yeah. Woo! Vienna sausage, brim.
I've spent this whole time rigging my pole.
Ah! First part of the challenge, first bait done.
Nice. I haven't even had to throw my line in the water yet.
All right, Mr. Bluegill.
Oh, that's too tiny.
Yeah, but this was the
First
goal.
catch.
This was the goal. I was literally fishing for this particular type of fish here. If you notice, the hook and everything is set up for it. All right, this guy's, he was hooked pretty good, but there we go. Nice.
Nice.
Yeet. He's back in the water. He's good to go. I just hooked up with a bluegill, and it was on the Vienna sausage. So part one of the challenge complete. Since that bait is so, I'll give you credit if you use that sauce on your
because it's still using the product.
Yes, I will allow that, but you can't use an actual lure. You got to use
No, only thing I'm using is a hook.
All right. Well, yeah, you need that to catch the fish.
Well, you're using a bobber that you didn't buy from the store.
Well, that's just the setup.
Everything is from the store.
The bobber is part of how you fish for those types of fish.
No, you buy Cheetos and use them as floaters, which is what I'm about to do, and then I'm gonna use all three things in one go.
I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that. All right, so now that I've caught with that viand sausage, I can just eat it, so that's good. We'll clean our hands per se and finish this. Tyler's rigging up some kind of concoction right here. Can't wait to see this. That Cheeto's only gonna last a few casts though.
I just tested them in the water. They're pretty good.
They have a shelf life. Okay. Oh, y'all, look at that. Watch this. Yep. Now I have a plan for, I think this is gonna be the harder one. I have full confidence that a worm bait or shaped bait will catch. It's this that I'm really iffy about, but just watch what I do. I'll be back. I'll show you.
All right.
Oh, Tyler's rigged up.
All right. I am going to catch with all three things in one go. I have my Slim Jim Tabasco flavored inside my Louisiana hot sauce from the sardines. Since I can't use the actual sardines because they're too mushy, I'm gonna use the sardine juices, and I'm gonna float it with a puffy Cheeto, which is why I got puffy. And if all else, I did not get puffy. No didn't. I also made this mixture on this piece of bark
I was looking at, what is that?
It is a crushed up Cheeto puff into a paste dipped with a little Tabasco sauce or Louisiana hot sauce, and I'm gonna harden it, and then it's also gonna be on the line as well for a few casts until it disappears. But
kind of like a scent.
Yes, we're making a
chum type deal.
As stinky as possible.
I believe you're definitely gonna get a catfish with all of that.
I'm gonna get this done.
Go get her done.
It's not very heavy. Man
on a mission. While he's doing that, I'm gonna pull out about this much here, y'all, right there, right? And I'm gonna take my Texas rig as soon as I can get a control of. Oh, look, the Cheeto floats really well for him.
Now we wait.
Now you wait, yep. All right, so while he's doing that, we're gonna take this here and we're just going to hook up like this. All right, now we're gonna mush this together so it makes a solid piece here around the rope. Around the hook. Now we're just going to put that in there, and look at that, nice little Texas rig. Might be a little long. Let's trim that up a little bit. Yeah, I took a bite off of it. So tease on that. I'm on my Texas rig sugar rope.
Nice.
Oh, she fishes all right. She got some action down there.
I have no doubt that can catch.
We just got to get her out there. I would like to be where Tyler is, but the rope that's underneath there is not allowing for, or somebody else's line is not allowing me to cast and or fish this lure the way I'd like to. This candy is really bad for your recording stuff. And now I'm dipping the candy in some of Tyler's juices. It lost the juices before we could even use them.
That way it's
gummy worm.
For all three.
Tyler's onto his gummy worms. I think those were personal snacks and he realized he could use them. Tyler be cheating. Yeah, I think before I run out of this lure here, I want to move and try a different spot. Okay, I'm gonna change up the game plan. We're gonna go ahead and rig up one of these worms here. Probably this one. We're gonna rig him on the Texas rig. Tipped out like that. My idea is that this is more like a Ned rig than anything else. Since we're running out of rope, we're going to snatch a tiny piece off. And we're gonna try to catch us a bluegill with it. First cast with this worm, see how she fishes. Oh, she gets out there, that's cool. Oh, Ty, you were on, buddy. Yep. Oh, you were. You were. Something had you, sorry. It was either me grab it or your pole go in the water. We have walked to a different part of the lake and I saw the signs I was looking for to hook up on another brim. So we're gonna pull that move off right now. We're just gonna pinch off a little bit of this rope. Take a little bit of it here, right onto the hook, like so. And we're just going to pitch it right out over these little beds that we just walked over a second ago. See if we can't entice one of these bluegills to hitting it. They don't like the sour, I don't think. I just saw one hit it. Gotcha. Gotcha. No. Ah. Wait. Ah. Yes. Ah. Okay. Bye. Bye. I held them. I had them. That's 2 for 2 with baits now. All right. So we can put this one away. All right, so let's rig this up, see if we can't catch ourselves a bass. Maybe they're off the shore here. I see a lot of brim beds right here. I was saying there's a bunch of bluegill beds over here. I don't know what your hook setup is like right now, but
Everything.
I would re-rig on a smaller hook, put a smaller piece of bait on there. There's another Jesus right there. Could be a good sign. And they're all on the shore here.
got neon baits.
All right, heck yeah, we'll set up with one Texas rig and one wacky.
Yep.
I love it, I love it.
Ride and cruise.
Now if you can find the open area to fish them. Oh, I appreciate that, bro. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Heck yeah, we just picked up a new follower. Shout out. Hey, shout out Tyler for putting in work. Shout out. I didn't catch your name, but definitely gonna put you in the episode. Heck yeah. We did our best. I won. So
yeah, good job.
Thank you, thank you. I hooked up on 2 out of the 3 baits that we got today, or I purchased. And Tyler caught a massive turtle.
I did win that one.
Technically on all 3. I still believe I could catch a fish on those worms, so I'm gonna keep them. Maybe I'll sneak to a private pond and try them there at one point, just to prove a point. And that's the point. And that's the bottom line. Again, thank you for joining us on this episode of Who's Your Angler? Woo! I'm Brooke and that's Tyler.
Yeah.
Y'all have a blessed day and a beautiful week.